Greetings, everyone. Well, it's closer look time again here on the Multimedia Chronicles. Today we're going to be checking out the Inspector Gadget Megaset, the definitive collection of the classic 1983 cartoon. And then I thought just for fun we'd take a look at my two DVDs of the two live-action movies, which are live-action movies bearing the title of Inspector Gadget. Well, they're not terrible. They're not... Yeah, they are. They're terrible. But that's okay. I don't mind. I like bad movies sometimes. They're just in the mood for something silly. Actually, truth be told, I haven't seen the second one yet, but I saw the first one in the theater. It was a second-run theater, in my defense. It was only like $5, but still. Anyway, getting off track. Inspector Gadget, today on a closer look on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. So, the first time I saw Inspector Gadget was on Canadian pay television. Yeah. In 1983, there was a couple of pay TV stations. There was First Choice and there was Super Channel. They later joined forces and became First Choice Super Channel. But at the time, I'm pretty sure they were still separate. And Inspector Gadget appeared on First Choice. Now, this was at a time when I was obsessively recording cartoons and TV shows on, good old VHS. So one of the things I was always keen to do was make sure I had all the episodes in the correct order. And so often what I would do is I would just record them off of TV, then set up a second VCR and cut out the commercials and everything. So the nice thing about Inspector Gadget being on pay TV meant that, first off, there was no commercials, and second off, there was a monthly magazine that would come out that would have a calendar of everything showing that month on the channel. And for the Inspector Gadget listings, it clearly listed the episode number. So I could tell exactly which episode it was, how many before, how many after, where it fits into the continuity. I would generally put 5 episodes per tape, so I could just do it in chunks of 5, and if I missed one, that's okay, because the numbers were clearly there. I could figure out, what the next volume would have, and just kind of go from there. So it was just really handy for someone obsessively taping cartoons. Now that said, I didn't get the opportunity to tape them as much as I wanted to, because the pay TV box was in my parents' bedroom, and they didn't want me going in there 5 days a week to tape my cartoons. Oh well. Anyway, fast forward to 30 plus years later, I've now got them all on DVD, so it's a moot point anyway. I just thought it was kind of interesting that before it went into regular syndication on regular TV channels with commercials and everything, I saw it on this pay TV station, which was crazy. So I became a big fan of it almost instantly. I love the animation, I love the goofy humor, and I love the fact that Gadget was voiced by Don Adams. Because, as you know, I was always a huge Get Smart fan. So, to me, I saw it almost as a spiritual successor to Get Smart, because he was a similarly bumbling character. And there's also, for Get Smart fans, this show is a bit of a treat, because there's a lot of little Easter eggs throughout that are very clear, obvious Get Smart references. Gadget often uses Maxwell Smart style lines like, "Sorry about that, Chief," and "Missed it by that much." So there's a lot of little nods to Get Smart in there that were obviously very intentionally added. So yeah, there's a lot of little Get Smart references for sharp-eared and sharp-eyed fans to pick up on. Just another layer to the fun. But yeah, I absolutely love this show. And since getting the DVD set, I've just kind of been blowing through it. I forgot just how much I enjoy it. And it's so formulaic and ridiculous. Almost every episode ends the same way, with Gadget either bumbling his way to the solution of the case, or more often than not, Penny solving it for him. But does that make it any less entertaining? Absolutely not. It's just silly, goofy, nostalgic fun, and I absolutely love it. Now, Gadget has come back a few times over the years. There were, of course, the 2 live-action movies. There was also a spiritual spin-off called Gadget Boy, which actually did feature Don Adams doing the voice, but pitched up to be more like a boy. I don't know why they did Gadget as a boy in that, and why they didn't just make another Gadget, but I don't know. A little while after that, they did another follow-up called Gadget and the Gadgetinis. Now, this one actually felt a little bit more like a natural successor to the original series, because in this one, Penny had created a pair of robot helpers to assist Gadget in his adventures and, more like keep him out of trouble. Essentially because Brain has retired. Just got tired of constantly watching over Gadget, I guess. Yeah. So there was that one, and then there was another series, an all-CG series, actually, that was done in 2015, which was quite honestly fantastic. It actually built some lore surrounding Gadget and Penny and Claw. Claw has a nephew in that, and who kind of helps him out, and it's great. Penny's a teenager in that one. She's going to high school, and it just really felt like a fun kind of natural successor to the original series. Being faithful to the goofy humor and somewhat formulaic nature of the original, but modernizing it and making it a little more, with a little bit more of a modern sensibility to it. And I like that one. I like that one a lot. I really wish those other shows would get DVD releases. It would be nice to have those. At the very least, I'd love to have Gadget and the Gadgetinis and the 2015 series. Gadget Boy, I can take or leave, but it would purely be for completion's sake. I've seen a little bit of it, and it just did not really appeal to me that much. But the other two are a lot of fun. So if you like these one, the original, you'll probably like those ones too. There was also a direct-to-DVD CG movie that Mainframe Entertainment did. I watched a little bit of this on YouTube, and I gotta say, it is awful. It's just terrible. It's not so much that the animation isn't that great, which it isn't. I think Mainframe's older stuff is actually better animation than what we were seeing in this thing. But it's just, it's like they're trying for the goofy humor of the original, but it just feels so forced. Whereas the original is just kind of very natural. It's like just the way it was, and didn't really feel forced at all. But this one felt like it was trying too hard to emulate the original with this cutting-edge CG. Yeah, as far as the CG reboot goes, the 2015 series blows that movie out of the water. Anyway, that kind of gives you a little encapsulated history of Gadget in all his various forms over the years. Let's head on down to the black table, and we'll check out the Inspector Gadget Megaset and the 2 live-action movies. Alrighty, here we have the Inspector Gadget Megaset. At long last, all 86 episodes of Inspector Gadget. Wait a minute, 86. 86. I'm pretty sure that's a coincidence. Anyway, so I waffled on this for a long time. I don't know why, just other things took priority, I guess. I'm actually really glad I waited, and let me show you why. So first off, basically just a big box, fairly flimsy, but I'll show you why I'm glad I waited in just a sec here. So very nice artwork on this. Looks great on the shelf. It's just wonderful. You even have the title on the bottom there. But I'll show you why I'm glad I waited, because now the set includes this. The 1992 special, Inspector Gadget Saves Christmas. When the set was first released, it did not include this. You actually had to get this separately, but I guess a lot of people complained. So with subsequent releases of the set, they included this just in a paper sleeve here. Nothing nothing to write home about, but hey, at least it's now properly complete. This, of course, was a 1992 special, which is kind of notable for Gadget fans, because it was the first time Don Adams had come back to play the Intrepid Inspector since the end of the original series, which is pretty cool. We're not going to count Gadget Boy, where he played like a little kid version of Gadget. But anyway, so going through the set here, we've got it all on 4 volumes. So we've got, there we go, just zoom in a little closer. So here we have Season 1, Volume 1. Season 1 was, of course, 65 episodes. Well, I guess 66, including the pilot. So there we go. Very nice. Okay. And then inside we have 3 discs. What is nice is each disc actually lists which episodes are on the disc card itself. So that makes it very handy to just kind of take a quick peek. So there's no booklet or anything that tells you what's on the discs, but that's okay. At least it does tell you on the individual discs themselves. So you have some way of seeing which episode is where, and that's quite nice. And there we go. Very nice. So once again, if we crack it open, there we go. And I do like that they have actual trays, so making sure that none of the discs are touching each other. They're all kept very safe and separate, which is quite nice. And then finally we have the last batch of episodes from Season 1. Yeah, Season 1 is probably the one most people are familiar with. It's the one that was repeated the most and got the most exposure. It's certainly the Gadget that I remember from growing up, and the one that I have the most nostalgia for. It was wonderful. It was quite a huge hit, too. It put Deke on the map as an animation studio to watch, for sure. And they did quite a few terrific shows throughout the 80s and well into the 90s. And then finally we have Season 2, which was the last 20 episodes. Though I think they do include the pilot as a part of Season 2 because the pilot wasn't originally aired. It's that one episode that has Gadget with a mustache. And it's probably why for a long time I thought that Season 2 was Gadget with a mustache, and that was how they distinguished the 2 seasons from each other. But no, it was only the pilot episode he had a mustache, and then apparently the the owners of Inspector Clouseau sent them a note saying, he looks a little too much like Inspector Clouseau. That's our bumbling inspector. So they ditched the mustache for the remainder of the series. But in terms of airings, I guess they just kind of threw it in with the Season 2 episodes kind of as a bonus. And there's some kind, I think there's a line of dialogue in there that says that, I'm just wearing the mustache as a disguise so mad agents won't recognize me. So that's how they explained the mustache in the pilot. I gotta say, it just looks weird to me seeing Gadget with a mustache. It's just so not what you would expect to see. So just put all these back together here. I just kind of keep the individual one in between a couple of them there. So we just do that. And then slide them all back into the box. And there we go. So that's how they look in the box. And there you go. So just as a little bonus, I figured to be kind of complete, I also picked up... Now, I did get some other Gadget stuff, which I thought we'd just kind of take a look at in, just for the heck of it. Picked up the good old live-action movie where, hey, look, Dr. Claw. Yeah, they made no attempt to hide his face in this, which a lot of fans were kind of annoyed by. Honestly, I felt like Matthew Broderick was a little miscast in this. He's not quite a zany enough actor, I thought, to be Inspector Gadget. I did see this in theaters when it came out because, of course, I was a huge fan of the cartoon, and it was kind of exciting that they were doing a live-action version. It's okay. It has its moments. It's kind of fun. It's silly. It's fairly harmless family entertainment. And I figured, why not? We'll pick up the DVD. The DVDs go super cheap. There's no Blu-ray of it unfortunately, but you can get the DVD edition fairly cheap. Just be aware that there is a full screen and widescreen version. I made sure to get the widescreen version. They are two separate releases, and it doesn't really clearly say on the cover which one it is, so make sure you're getting the right one. Very nice. We do have an insert with this, as the movie poster on the other side. I actually picked this up used, so quite nice that it has everything included. So, gotta like that. And then there was the direct-to-video sequel, Inspector Gadget 2, which I have not watched yet. But I gotta say, in terms of casting, French Stewart takes over as Gadget in this one, and I have to say, way better choice of actor for Gadget. I can totally see him being a live-action Gadget, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. The other thing about it is apparently in this one, they make it a little bit more like the cartoon where Claw's face is obscured through the whole thing, so you never get a clear look at him, which is good, as it should be. He should always be the subject of mystery. And there we go. And you can see this one is actually way more loaded with extras than the other one. So just taking a quick look inside here. Nothing much to write home about, just the, nice disc art, but that's basically it. So, yeah. So this one is, what is it? Yeah, it's in what they call family-friendly widescreen, 1.66:1, which is actually a pretty common widescreen aspect ratio in Europe, so it's kind of funny that they use that as family-friendly widescreen. I guess this is still from the era where widescreen televisions hadn't quite taken off yet. But, yeah. Yeah, so let's just, we'll quickly go over the extras here. So, for Inspector Gadget, we'll just put the poster art there for you to admire. We have the Go Inside Inspector Gadget featurette, a theatrical trailer, a music video by Youngstown, a French language track, Dolby Digital 5.1, and 1.85:1 widescreen. Yes, this is still from the era where they list standard DVD features as special features. That should give you an idea how long ago this was. I would tell you what year this came out, but Disney never puts the years on their frickin' DVDs, and it drives me crazy. But it was, I don't know, 2000 or something. I vaguely remember seeing it around that time. And we're just going to say that's when it came out. I don't care if I'm wrong. Anyway, for the second one, I can't show you anything, so let's just put the disc here, and you can look at that while I read the special features. This one is actually pretty freaking loaded for like a direct-to-video sequel. Yeah, so we have the Illustrated Gadget activity, no idea what that is, Gadget Training Simulator set-top game, the Gadgets Behind Gadgets behind-the-scenes featurette, outtakes featuring bloopers from the cast, 12 deleted scenes, storyboard to film comparison, and 2 audio commentary tracks. We've got an audio commentary with director Alex Zam and a second audio commentary with French Stewart, Elaine Hendricks, and director Alex Zam. A music video, Up, 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 by Rose Falcon. And then, look, already, it says specifications for the non-special special features. We've got Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound, THX certified, family-friendly widescreen 1.66:1, enhanced for 16:9 televisions, and a French language track. And there you go. That's how you do it. I mean, even that actually is kind of impressive to me, that just this little El Cheapo direct-to-video sequel has more special features than the big-budget theatrical release original. Like, what's up with that? Now, I don't have this, Inspector Gadget's Greatest Caper, because, well, quite frankly, it's kind of awful. The main Inspector Gadget that I've always been interested in is the one starring Don Adams, the original Gadget himself. And the later versions of Gadget actually have Maurice LaMarche doing the voice of Gadget. But, in fact, the DVD set includes Inspector Gadget's Last Case, Claw's Revenge, which was a feature-length special, which does actually feature Maurice LaMarche as the voice of Gadget. To be fair, Maurice LaMarche does a great Don Adams impression. It's really quite, spot on. And interesting bit of trivia, Maurice LaMarche actually did perform in the original series, where he took over for Dan Hennessy as the voice of Chief Quimby in Season 2. Now, if you're wondering about the Megaset, The Megaset has nothing in the way of extras. The only extra it has is the feature-length special Inspector Gadget's Last Case. So, there you go. Not a bad little selection for the Gadget fans. I'm certainly, I've been really enjoying watching the show again. I hadn't seen it in quite a few years, and it's great. It's just so much nostalgia seeing it again, and I certainly look forward to, let's put these around the right way just to appease my OCD. There we go. And looking forward to watching this again and finally seeing the sequel. Yeah, they're not high art, but they're fun. And I mean, let's face it, the original series wasn't exactly high art either. I mean, every episode basically ended the same way, with Gadget either bumbling his way to a solution or, more often, Penny solving the case for him and Gadget taking all the credit. But you know what? We don't care, because it was just so much fun. So, there you go. If you want to get your Gadget on, you really can't go wrong with this Megaset. It has absolutely everything. Every single original episode of the series, plus the Christmas special, plus Inspector Gadget's Last Case. And yeah, as far as the original series goes, that's it. This has everything. Literally everything. This is all of it. You get this one set and you're done. You don't need anything else. Yeah. And then, of course, the two movies, well, if you like them, go for it. I mean, I think they're fun in, like, sort of cheesy, goofy ways. They're not great movies, but they're fun, you know? They're just innocent family fun. Anyway, that is it from me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed. As always, I will include Amazon links in the description down below if you'd like to add any of these to your collection. And big thanks to those of you who use my Amazon links, because it does go to support the show pretty good directly, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, so big thanks to you for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Be sure to catch me on Twitch. I stream just about every day, and I will see you next time. Until then, sayonara.